Hi, I'm Mike Lee with Team Horizon, and this is a Team Bonus Tip. Did you know that there's more than one way to perform the binding of the transmitter to the receiver on some Spectrum radio systems? In this Team Bonus Tip, we're going to show you how to do two different methods of binding using the Spectrum DX9 and DX18 transmitters. First off, why would we provide two different methods of binding the radio? Well, there are some conveniences to be had using one or the other method. Most of us find that the standard method of binding is just fine and it's really not a problem. But the alternative method of binding might be more appropriate in certain situations. So let's look at both and see what you think. The first method is a tried and true bind procedure that you learned from reading the instruction book. In this case, you place a binding plug into the receiver, turn on the power to the receiver, and observe the monitor light on the receiver. We're applying power now, and you see the lights are flashing red. If the lights are flashing red, then the receiver is waiting to be bound. Now find the binding button on the transmitter and depress it while turning the power on to the transmitter. In this case, the DX7. The binding button is here. Depress the button and turn on the transmitter. Watch your monitor lights. The lights come on solid red, the binding is complete, and we're ready to go. Let go of the binding button, you're all set. Don't forget to adjust the control surface throws and direction before flying. On the DX9 and DX18 transmitters, the bind button is here, next to the antenna. But there is a second method of binding, and we're going to show you that right now with a close-up look at the screens. Now as we look at the screen, let's go through the screens and show you how to get into the secondary binding mode. We're in the operational screen right now, and we're going to press the scroll switch once to get into the function list. In the function list, scroll down to the system setup. To press the scroll switch once. Answer the question whether RF will be disabled or not, say yes. We're now in the system setup, and you want to scroll down to where it says bind. To press the scroll switch once. You now have a choice of cancel or bind. Please scroll on over to where it says bind, but do not depress the button as yet. Now turn on your receiver and make sure that the monitor lights are flashing. When they are flashing, now depress the scroll switch once.
Binding. DSMX 22 milliseconds.
That is a successful bind at this time. And that's all you need to do. Your receiver is now bound to the transmitter, and you're ready to start programming or start flying. There's actually one more method of binding that is used to bind your radio to the receiver inside the Micro or UMX series of E-flite aircraft. These systems do not use a binding plug, and instead will enter into the binding mode automatically if the receiver does not detect the proper transmitter signal when the power is applied to the receiver. We have a complete Team Tech video on binding the UMX type radio systems right here on the Spectrum RC website that you might want to check out. So there you have it, and now you know two different ways to bind your radio receiver to your transmitter. I use both methods, but I prefer the method provided by the DX9 and the DX18 as it seems to work very well for me. I hope this Team Tech Tip video has been of assistance to you. Stay tuned for more tips, tricks, and techniques that will help you enjoy this hobby even more. I'm Mike Lee for Team Horizon, and that was a bonus tip for you. Thanks for watching.